Hi, I'm Hannah Manson and I'm the Science Engagement Manager here at the Royal Meteorological Society, and in this video I'm going to give you a brief overview of the IPCC's AR6 Synthesis Report. So as a quick refresher, the IPCC, or the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, was established by the United Nations Environment Programme and World Meteorological Organization in 1988. The IPCC prepares comprehensive assessment reports about our latest understanding of climate change, providing policymakers with scientific assessments on climate change, its implications and potential future risks. Right now we're at the end of the 6th assessment report cycle, so that's run from 2015 all the way through to this year, 2023. And during that time we've seen the publication of 3 working group reports, which you can see on the left, and then 3 special reports, which you can see on the right. And then the synthesis report is the final report, which was published on Monday this week. And it was put together by 93 scientists from across the world. And it essentially summarises the findings within all 3 of the working group reports and all 3 of the special group reports, with the aim of bringing together all of the key points so that governments, policymakers and individuals can understand and act on its findings. Similar to the previous AR6 reports, this synthesis report acts as a warning but contains hope and recommendations for how to address the challenge in front of us. Key findings include that human activities have unequivocally caused global warming, with global surface temperature reaching 1.1 degrees C above pre-industrial levels in 2011 to 2020, and this has led to widespread adverse impacts and related losses and damages to nature and people. Secondly, based on countries' pledges to reduce emissions, global greenhouse gas emissions in 2030 make it likely that warming will exceed 1.5 degrees C during the 21st century. And actually we know that implemented policies result in projected emissions that lead to a warming of around 3.2 degrees C by the end of this century. Thirdly, every increment of global warming will intensify multiple and concurrent hazards, escalate the risks and projected adverse impacts from climate change, and make adaptation options that are feasible and effective today less effective in the future. The report also says that high risks are now assessed to occur at lower global warming levels than previously thought. The report also says that limiting global warming to 1.5 or 2 degrees C with no or limited overshoot involves rapid, deep and in most cases immediate greenhouse gas emission reductions in all sectors this decade. Alongside accelerated implementation of adaptation actions, this would reduce projected losses and damages for humans and deliver many co-benefits. And by that we mean the actions we take have positive outcomes elsewhere, so we could see improvements in air quality and also to our health. Basically, the faster we act, the better we will all be. If climate goals are to be achieved, both adaptation and mitigation financing also need to increase many-fold. We know right now that finance flows fall short of the levels needed to meet climate goals across all sectors and regions. And lastly, prioritising equity, social justice, inclusion and a just transition process would enable ambitious emission reduction actions and climate resilient development. I also just wanted to highlight this very powerful graphic that is within the report. The extent to which current and future generations will experience a hotter and different world depends on the choices that we make now and in the near term. So here in this graphic, to the left of the black 2020 line shows the historical global temperature change above pre-industrial levels, and anything to the right of the 2020 line shows basically the future emission scenarios from very low to very high. And at the bottom you can see the temperature change that people will experience dependent on when they were born, so from 1950 to 1980 to 2020 and beyond. And it really raises the idea of fairness across generations. The generation of children born today will face substantially more heat waves, heavy rainfall and droughts during an average lifetime than their grandparents. It's really powerful to think about the fact that our children will never experience a childhood as cool as ours, and this graphic is a very powerful communication tool. If you'd like to delve deeper into the report, then you can do so using the URL here, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact the Society.